afternoon. Welcome to ABBA, Abigail Baba Believe in Answers. I am your host, Dr. Ruby Abigail. I'm excited to come to you today with our commemoration of our 1 year anniversary as ABBA was birthed August 20, 2020. And it's been a successful and exciting year. We have gained a lot of momentum. We have talked about a lot of interesting subjects. We've had some live panel discussions. We've had subject matters on the COVID-19, the status before and after, how it affects our youth. And that's still the trending subject as even today. We've also had a health and wellness series where we discuss the mental, physical, and spiritual health, as we're three-part beings, and we must be balanced in all of our wholeness. So we have concluded with another challenge. We've had several challenges throughout the year. Challenge of love yourself, just women, encouraging women to take care of themselves because they are such great providers to their families and to the community. And we just was encouraging women to be more conscientious that even in our ability to care for others, we need to make sure that we are well and we are well taken care of so that we can be a better servant to others. Also, we just recently started a podcast and it's trending. We started a podcast. The title of it was Juneteenth, as well as we discussed our launching of Women Empowerment series, or Women in Covenant, and WIC is the acronym, WIC, Women in Covenant. And we're focusing on that series. We did a 60-day challenge to encourage women to empower themselves. And so if you have not viewed that broadcast, you can see it on Facebook, YouTube, or on our podcast channel. Also, we posted it on Instagram and Twitter. So please catch up with us and enjoy the year-long videos, recordings that we've done. We've done so far 35 recordings. We have the stats on those recordings. One of our top contenders for participation from relationships to essential workers, mental health, wellness, vision boards. We did a series on helping you to get your vision, because we know without a vision, we perish. And the top contender with 6 broadcasts is Prophetess Tanya Clark. And we just celebrate her. She has joined in today just to give us some feedback, and later on in the program, just to give us her side and of her experience as being a part of ABBA Ministries and the virtual platform. We've had our #1 recording was done on June 19th, which I just said, the podcast that we launched back June 19th of 2021. And it had 131 views, which is our top viewing recording. Our next recording was our live recording that we done on relationships, single, engagement, married, contemplating divorce, widowhood, situationships. And it was a very informative. I learned a lot myself in that particular recording. So please go out and check that out. And then our #3 video was when we did a spotlight on the author with Prophetess Valerie Sturdemeyer, Waiting for God to Speak. And then our next, that had 101 views. And our next recording rated in at 94 views was the introduction that we did back in August 20 of 20. And our fifth contender is the gifts of the spirit, the mental health, our spiritual wellness, part 2, where we discussed how our spiritual health is just as important as our mental and physical health. So check that out. It was recorded on September 5th of 2020. And then our number 6 recording was on the 21-day fast. I'm sorry, I confused it. Our number 5th was the health and wellness with 86 views. And our number 5th contender is this one that we just did on June, which was 97 views, and it was on the 21-day fast. That was, excuse me, done on the 3rd week in June. So we're excited with all that has happened over this past year. We are going to conclude the session that we started back at the 3rd week of June regarding the 60-day challenge in the maturing as empowering women. And part of that flowed over into our recording on this July the 17th, where we started the 21-day Daniel fast, which we're still at the end of that. This is our last week. But if you just starting your fast, you can catch up. You can take it over until September. The most important thing is getting yourself detoxed and clean, that you can hear and have more clarity in the spirit. So we're excited about the 21-day fast and all that we're going to hear, the testimonies of it and the responses of it. I have, I'm on, this is our day, we're going into the 5th, the part 3 of our process with it, and it will end on the 21st, which is this Friday. So we're excited about that. And we're hoping that as our souls are healed, even during the fast, and we're also praying for the nations. You know, there's a lot going on in Haiti, Afghanistan, and then there's a lot of storms that's coming this way, even supposedly may do a lot of damage in Florida and in the East Coast area. So we're praying for storms. We're praying for peace in Afghanistan, as that transition of government just took place, as well as the storms in Haiti and their president being assassinated, as well as the storm is headed that way again. So that's a triple whammy for Haiti. And I just heard this morning on the prayer line that there's 229 missionaries that's scheduled for execution on tomorrow. So we'll be praying for that, that if they are martyred, we can pray for the grace of God, and we thank God that they're in Jesus and they'll never die. But we're going to start this broadcast with our commemoration for the birthday celebration, and then we're moving on into the special guest that we have, which is our top rated contender and recording participant is Tanya Clark. So Prophetess Tanya Clark. So we'll hear from her and just get some of the feedback from her on how the broadcasts have impacted her, the feedback she may have received, and things like that. So at this time, we'll hear from Prophetess Tanya Clark.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Ruby, for having me. I really just want to say happy birthday to the ABBA Ministry. They're 1 year um, of age, and I just think it sounds like a lot has taken place in that year. I remember doing part of the podcast regarding the essential workers because I
Yeah.
am an essential worker, and
Mhm.
ended up I did come in contract, the coronavirus. So that was
Yeah.
something. And so all is well now. However, that just was the chance, you take when you're out and about and you're still having to work and help others. Um
Absolutely.
so I really enjoyed the self-care um podcast and doing the vision board and
Yeah. Praise
just bringing
God.
it back for to see my vision for the future, some small goals, maybe they were like a couple months, but some long-term goals that may be done 6 months to a year. But it was good to evaluate myself and kind of grade my own paper, so to speak, just to see where I am. It was, interesting to hear about others and their relationships, marriages, singleness, just getting their perspectives. And it's just, very informative. So I encourage all, that's listening to go back and kind of view some of those podcasts, 35 or 36 of them. So, just and join in and reflect or eat and feast on some of the word and advice that was given during those times. There's a lot to mention, but it really, I really enjoyed the podcast.
Praise God.
Hmm.
Praise God. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on all those broadcasts. You shed lot of light onto relationship broadcasts as well with you and your husband, Minister Stephen Clark. And I appreciate you all coming on, and I even appreciate him coming on and to do his recording individually. So y'all been a real blessing to ABBA Ministries, and I don't take it lightly. I really appreciate you taking the time, especially with you being a night worker and us broadcasting a lot of times, in the evenings and, compromising your sleep just to come on with us to do our pre-recorded broadcast, or even on Saturdays on your off days when we go live, and to take out that time because time is so precious. And it was a lot going on. And I do, recall when you were contracted to COVID, possibly even on your job, because you're out there. And thank God you didn't have a tumultuous time. You were able to take the infusion and actually, help you speed up in your recovery and not losing your taste and your smell, and things like that. So you did really well, unlike some people, because I know one of your close church members' sister passed just this last week, and she was pregnant. She transitioned because of the COVID, her and her baby. She was 6 months, pregnant, and she was succumbed to the COVID virus. And there's, a lot, excuse me, people that aren't surviving it. And so it's a lot going on with that. And this is not the program about that, but we will be talking about that. Thank you so much, Prophetess Tanya, for sharing your point of view on this year uh, of being, recording and being a part of the community of ABBA. I really appreciate it. And if you're available on September the 15th, the third Saturday in September, excuse me, we will be having and hosting a broadcast that will have have Dr. John, he's an herbalist, He and his assistants are going to be doing a back-to-back program. One will be on the third Saturday in September, and the next one will be on the third Saturday in October. So they'll be doing the broadcast back to back. So as you know, that we only come on the third and fifth Saturdays. So we really appreciate you all tuning in and celebrating with us. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give us your comments and your feedback on what you assessed in the past year, as well as we would like to know some of your suggestions that you might have as we move forward on what you would like for us to talk about. Please let us know if you're interested in joining in on some of the discussions and recordings. Just send me an email to abigail825.wa@gmail.com, or inbox me on Facebook, or leave me a comment on YouTube. We'll be more than happy to have you join in. I noticed that a couple of the members, as I said, we had 4 members to come on board this month, and some of them are ministers in their own right, and I'm considering reaching out to them if they don't reach out to me, because I looked at some of their services and they were phenomenal ministers, women in ministry, and that's what we're doing. We're promoting and empowering women to be all that they can be for Jesus. And we want to celebrate those that are out there on the battlefield doing the work of the ministry. And as well as, as I said, if you want to share with us your favorite program, if you want to just give us some suggestions on some programming that you like to hear from, that would be great. But please tune in on September the 15th as Dr. John will be discussing. He's actually, do not call his client or the people he serves clients or patients, he called them students, and he's a herbalist. He has been in the business 40 plus years, I believe, or more. And he's well knowledgeable, and he uses his own products, which is a plus. And he actually has some herbs and regimens to clean out your liver, your gallstones, to alleviate problems with imbalance in blood pressures, also to detox, to build your immune system. If you're lacking energy, he has products for that. He also, recommend consultation, which is free, and he can just talk one-on-one with you, and he does it via phone. So you can do it in the privacy of your home. And he also has a regimen for those that have chose to be vaccinated and still contracted COVID, for those that have made the decision not to be vaccinated, on how to build your immune system. So I'm very, very excited about Dr. John, the herbalist, coming on, and his assistant, Minister Francis Irene. And I'm going to partake in the product before they come on, so I'll have my input to share with you as well. I'm hoping to continue to build my immune system even more, as well as bring up my energy level, strengthen my bones and my ligaments and things like that. So he has a regimen for me, and I'm definitely interested in the detoxing of the liver and alleviating all of the gallstones, because from the information he says, we have hundreds of unwanted gallstones that filtrate and blocks the cleansing of our liver. And that's why a lot of people suffer with gallstone problems and could alleviate or exempt even having the surgery with this particular regimen. So he can tell you more about the products than I can. I'm just educating myself on the products. But as I said, by the 15th of September, I'll be starting the regimen the first week of September. So I'll have some feedback to give you by then. So this concludes our session for today. We want to thank our engineer and producer, Damon Shaw with Damon Shaw Enterprises. He is been a faithful servant. He has done a fantastic job in making sure that our recordings are done with expertise and that our programming is state of the art. And so shout out to him. If you're needing any services in that area, please contact Damon Shaw at Damon Shaw Enterprises websites, YouTube channels, set up for your podcast and different things like that. So without holding any longer, I would like to say happy birthday, ABBA. Abigail Bible Believing Answers, birthed from our Father, Abba, the Most High God. Have a great rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay strong, be empowered to, as we said, we're going to reflect, we're going to reset, and we're going to relaunch or renew into our next cycle of life. As I celebrate my next cycle around the sun on the 25th of August is my birthday, and my family has decided to celebrate me and do a cookout with, just our immediate family and a couple of friends, and we will be wearing masks and practicing social distancing, but they've decided to celebrate my life around the sun. And I appreciate that. It's an honor to be honored. So I thank all of my family for coming together and pulling this together. I was surprised and but very grateful, very humbled, and very excited to have fun out in the sun. It's always good to have good food, good fun, and good fellowship. So pray for us as we endeavor to have another successful year with ABBA, Abigail Bible Believing Answers, and that we get better, best, and excellent and great. So we just thank God for you. Have a good rest of your day. God bless you and God keep you is my prayer. We here at ABBA Ministries love you. Reach out to us if you need anything or you have any suggestions. Until the next time, God bless you.